Alrighty. Welcome back to Revised MTG. Yeah, and we got our second Ikoria Collector's Booster here. Doing this early. Didn't get any sleep because I decided to spill a cup of noodles on my side of the bed, which was lovely. And I couldn't clean them because my wife was sleeping on the other side of the bed. Should have just kicked her out, but I'm not mean. I'm not that mean. So here we go. I think I have the camera right where I want it. Finally. But all right. L box top hole. And all our lovely booster packs. Since I didn't sleep, I decided to filter out all of those cards into binder pages. I got them all, the ones I cared about, at least, sleeved up and ready to go. L box top hole. Alrighty. So we got pretty unlucky. Only pulled one. Oh yeah, that looks much better. Now I can actually see my screen and see what I'm recording. So hopefully it will be a little bit better here from now on. But yeah, yesterday we pulled a whole King Caesar. And that was it. Okay, that's right. This is from the back. What was it, 9 or 10? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Survivor's Bond. Dragon's Healer. Aegis Turtle. Savai Sabertooth. Frost Lynx. Lurking Deadeye. Adrenus Stinger. Blood Curdle. Alrighty. Either common or uncommon. Uncommon. Blitz of the Thunder Raptor. Can't really tell if that's readable though. I think it is. A Pouncing Shore Shark. Barrier Breach. So that means we got a foil. And our rare is Quartz Wood Crasher. Our foil is nice. Foil uncommon comic art. I don't know what they call this other than just alt art or comic art. And basic buy. Go over here. Kind of set up my piles like this ish, something. Put the commons over here. I don't care, those are on the screen. Ooh, all right. See how this works. I'll figure out my organization. So I'm hoping the camera setup is going to be a lot better now. 3, 4, 5. Adventurous Impulse, Humble Naturalist, Imposing Vantasar, Blister Spit Gremlin of 1 Mine, Fire Frost, and another alt art Dreamtail Heron. We got that in foil yesterday. So common, so that means no foil. And our 3 uncommons, Boon of the Wish Giver, Fight as One, and another Porcupine. That's not the right pile. Oh, I'm screwing up all my piles. Alrighty. Messing up all the piles. And our rare is Gem Razor, comic art rare. And another basic buy with another token. Holy moly. I'm tired. I don't even remember what I was talking about last time. Don't remember. I'm so tired. I just want my sheets to wash. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Take a nap. Greater sandworm, bristling boar, snare, hampering, main serval, facet reader, vulpikeet, gopher blood, and the dark bargain. Yes, I will take that dark bargain. All right, 10 commons, which means no foil. 3 uncommons are Hornbash Mentor, another Escape Protocol, and a comic art Huntmaster Liger. Our rare Mythos of Aluna. Cool. I'm getting rares I didn't get, so that's nice. And basic swamp. Oh, man. And, when I spilt the lovely ramen on me last night, I was watching Underwater, which took me a while to watch it because it had a lot of mixed reviews. Honestly, I didn't find it too bad. I really like anything Lovecraft or Cthulhu mythos, which no foil. So Trampling Gnar. Okay. Parcel Beast. Rooting Moloch, and Gem Razor, the normal, and basic Bylands. Anything Cthulian, Lovecraftian, also great stuff. I did originally say it as Lovecraftian for that movie until literally one point in the movie where, spoilers, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Footing, Facet Reader, Thieving Otter, Lava Serpent, Mutual Destruction, and Essence Symbiote. And this is an, alright, that means we got a foil, Jubilant Skybonder, Monstrous Step, Bastion of Remembrance, and our rare is Colossification, and our foil is Perimeter Sergeant, foil common, and basic island. But it was Lovecraftian until one point in the movie where she opens up a locker, her captain's locker, and it has a map. Excuse me. Where the drill site is. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I don't know. I guess I'll get some backstory for the movie. Effectively, they're drilling in the Marianas Trench, which, if you don't know, is considered the deepest part of the ocean, and we haven't really explored it very much. And they say, like, if a megalodon exists, that's where we'll be. And Mythos of Vadrik for our rare, and stuff like that, kind of ancient dinosaur stuff. If it exists, that's probably where it be. But so they're drilling down in there, just I guess to drill. I don't know if they say why they're drilling. I can't remember. But so they're drilling, and apparently something happens, because the movie kind of starts with basically the main habitat area of the drill basically getting destroyed, and the people trying to escape from there and get out to get back to the surface. Chittering Harvester, Dotha Crystal, and our rare is another Ozolith. And that. So anyways, it starts falling apart, so they're escaping, and then, shenanigans happen, people die along the way. But they finally reached the point where the main character, Christian Stewart, I don't know. For some reason, his locker's in that area. I don't remember why. But she goes in the locker, and there's this one point where there's a map, okay, of the dig site where they're digging, where the point is. But around it, he's got like a pentagram. He's like got a skull, like drawing, like a chalk drawing. I think it was chalk like drawing. And one picture is like in the bottom row. No, it's actually like right below it. It has the Cthulhu idol. And I've always separated kind of Lovecraft type movies. You have Lovecraftian movies, and then you have Cthulhu type movies. Nethroi, Apex of Death for our Mythic. And nice. First Mythic. Cool. And below it has the Cthulhu idol. If you've ever read or audiobooked or even saw anything kind of related to the Call of Cthulhu, the idol, I think it's called like a bar relief or something in the Call of Cthulhu, is below it. Effectively, that puts the story of the movie in Cthulhu mythos territory, not just Lovecraftian, which I've always considered separate. Lovecraftian is more general style. So back for more. So if you see anything, I don't know, Cloverfield monster, maybe, The Thing, Slither, any stuff like that, I would put under Lovecraftian, where it's just kind of odd, eldritch beings, eldritch things. And wow, 2 mythics in a row with foil plummet. God, I've gotten so many of those. Now I got a foil of it. 2 mythics in a row, though. Holy moly. So when it comes to Lovecraftian, I consider it general. It's like general eldritch things, or kind of out of this world things. Aliens, stuff like that. That's what I call Lovecraftian. When it's Cthulhu based, there has to be structure, in my opinion. There has to be a structure. There has to be a form, because the Cthulhu mythos is based on the... Sorry, I'm going to grab a drink real quick. Oh, coffee. Oh, there's a structure there, in my opinion. So, if you know the Cthulhu mythos or know anything like that at all, there's, the elder gods and the great old ones. I'm trying not to confuse Bloodborne. Because Bloodborne is Cthulhu, and almost more Cthulhuan than Lovecraftian, because there's a structure. They have a structure of the gods and demons and all that stuff. That's where I put it more towards the Cthulhu mythos, or Cthulhuan, rather than just, Lord Dracus art is when there's a structure to it. There's something that ties it, very similar to how the Cthulhu mythos is, rather than just a generalized Lutri the Spell Chaser for our rare, just generalized horror. A lot of people confuse that, and they'll kind of put them as the same, and I don't think that's right. There's definitely differences, because Lovecraft didn't just write about the Cthulhu mythos. I mean, he did Reanimator. I'm trying to think of all the stories. He did Reanimator, The Color Out of Space, Whisper in the Darkness, and he did things that weren't really just Cthulhu mythos. They all could fit in there, that universe, but he didn't just do that. So I think just kind of putting them all the same isn't correct. I think if it's Cthulhu mythos, it's got to have some form of structure to it. It's some type of alien or elder god or some type of structure to it. So I think that movie kind of turned to Cthulhu mythos rather than just Lovecraftian when it introduced that bas relief or the idol of Cthulhu in it. And then they move on. You find out that there's little monsters attacking them. They find out these little monsters were actually a part, kind of like they would come out the tentacles, the hole of the tentacles in the monster's tentacle. And Song of Creation for our rare, and Reconnaissance Mission for our foil uncommon. And they found out they're coming out of this giant monster, very, very Cthulhu-like monster. And I thought that was great. It kind of went from a Lovecraftian type story to a more Cthulhu type story. And I'm game for either. I mean, I love Lovecraftian, I love Cthulhu. Either's fine. But I think there definitely is a separation between the two. I think Cthulhu has to be structured, whereas Lovecraftian is just anything related to that general type of horror. That just kind of out there horror style. Which, I mean, he kind of created it. That's his style. Depending on what you determine fits in that style, I mean, really anything can. Nowadays, if you have a good enough argument. Labyrinth, Lava Brink Venturer for our rare. I mean, you could say effectively, you know, like The Thing, obviously. Cthulhu, or Lovecraftian, sorry. Clearly, Lovecraftian. Or you could say even zombies, where you had the deep ones and whatnot from the Cthulhu mythos. Effectively, zombies and whatnot could be Lovecraftian. But again, it's really dependent on. Holy crap! I keep hiccuping. It's really dependent on. Well, I did that way off camera. What you consider Lovecraftian or Cthulhuan or just general horror, because he didn't make all horror. Horror existed before him, but he definitely redefined it. And Ketria Triumph. I don't think we have that Triumph, especially not in that comic art. We had the other one. So cool. So yeah, I know, or I've seen people say like Lovecraft made horror. No, horror existed before him. He definitely redefined it, though. He definitely took things out of the box, quite literally, when he did just all his stuff. Cthulhu Mythos, Necronomicon, obviously, massive inspiration for things. The Necronomicon, I mean, the whole Evil Dead movies. I think they even had the Necronomicon in the Jason Goes to Hell movie. I mean, effectively, if you stretch far enough, I think you could even say certain slasher types are Lovecraftian. Maybe not so much Michael Myers, depending on which of the many storylines now that's Halloween. If you go to the Thorn Cult one, then you could definitely Thorn Cult. Yeah, you could easily Lovecraftian that. Maybe even Cthulhu Mythos, that one. If you take into account Shadow over Innsmouth, maybe. But now my son's angry. Foil basic buy. You could take into account Halloween. I think you could. But definitely Freddy, Nightmare on Elm Street. I think, oh yeah. That's Freddy's definitely Lovecraftian. Oh, definitely. Jason. Jason. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Jason would be hard, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. But I think, yeah, if you stretch far enough, you probably could say Jason is also Lovecraftian. But I don't know. Jason and Michael, I think, just because they were basic slash. I mean, yeah, Jason was kind of, I don't know. Jason's really weird. And they both kind of went down the same path where they both started just kind of normal, where even though Friday the 13th didn't make a whole lot of sense, where his mom started killing people because he died, but then he started killing people because his mom died. And it's like, well, that doesn't make any sense. If he's dead, how is what? But, when he becomes, I guess, Demon Jason, and what is that, part 6? Because they kind of failed with their alternate Jason and trying to make Tommy the new Jason. Boneyard Lurker. Void Beckoner. Ivy Elemental. Extinction Event. And basic buy. Yeah, when they made him Demon Jason after the failed attempts, kind of rebooting it and all that, then definitely I think you could easily stretch that. Yeah, Jason at that point became a Lovecraftian character. I mean, to the point where they even had the Necronomicon in one of the movies. 8, 9. I think that definitely, but before that, I find it hard because he's more of basically a serial killer. I mean, he was effectively just a clone of Michael Myers. They kind of openly admitted that's what they wanted. They wanted their own Michael Myers. Chittering Harvester. Keep doing wrong piles. Proud Wild Bonder. Ominous Seas. And Karuga, the Macro Sage for our rare. So, yeah, and I wouldn't say straight up serial killers are Lovecraftian. Serial killers and the killers and that type of horror stuff is what kind of existed before him. Before Lovecraft, that was kind of the standard horror types, murderers and whatnot. So I wouldn't say the basic slasher is Lovecraftian. 6, 7, 8, 9. But I think once he became Demon Jason and that all, then yeah, you could definitely Primal Empathy. Say he's a Lovecraftian style character. Easy Prey. Flourishing Fox. And Titan's Nest. That's cool art. For our rare. And Savai Triumph for our foil rare. I don't know if I have all the triumphs, but it's getting to that point where I will end up with all of them, it seems. Ugh. I hate messy piles, sorry. But yeah, I'm trying not to go too far off my basic train of thought, trying to keep some consistency. So I'm trying to stick with the Lovecraftian Cthulhu stuff. But yeah, I think, I kind of really talked all I wanted about the movie. Overall, I thought it was good. That was a good Cthulhu mythos style movie. There's definitely been some, by some I mean a very, very lot of terrible Lovecraftian Cthulhu style movies, but that was a good one. Mythos of Nithroy for our rare. And there's been some bad ones. I think definitely good ones. just overall good ones, you definitely have to put in Event Horizon. Oh, yeah. Event Horizon. Oh, yeah. 7, 8, 9. Event Horizon definitely for a good Cthulhu movie. Or I don't know, because if you go by the extended lore, which if you look up the extended stuff of what the movie could have been, oh, it could have been so much better. And Kogla, the Titan Ape. See, that would have been a perfect one to have King Kong. Too bad it was with Toho. Mysterious Egg. And not Legendary. Because then we could have got King Kong too. I lost my train of thought. Sorry. The extended version of or kind of what was not put in, that would have been so much more of a better movie. And it would have hit all the Lovecraft and just everything. It would have been such a great movie. It's still a good movie in my opinion, but it could have been so much better. Archipelago. Channeled Force. Void Beckoner. Cub Warden for our rare. And 1 second. All right, had to restart the recording. And but yeah, that could I still like it. It's a good movie. The best, in my opinion, still the best Lovecraftian / Cthulhu movie, just in general. Just it's best in both category. Is Mouth of Madness. I think it was just the Mouth of Madness. Because it was all play on actual Lovecraft stories, but At the Mouth of Madness or Mouth of Madness is still number one in my opinion. The best Lovecraftian and Cthulhu mythos type movie that has existed. There are a couple other good ones. Trying to think. Oh, I just watched Garuda Doom of Deaths. No, I didn't watch that for a rare, but watched, I don't know, a month ago. Color Out of Space. They did that one. And definitely a movie where Nick Cage shines. And that was pretty good. It was mostly faithful to the story. It was pretty good. They had some instances of Whisper in Darkness in it, but overall, it was pretty faithful, pretty good. Ending. A problem I have with a lot of these, which at Mouth of Madness did, was they don't do oncoming doom very well. And Mouth of Madness was very good with him watching himself at the end and knowing that, yeah, he was just a story character and that all this is going to happen. Majestic Auricorn for our come out uncommon. Avian Oddity. Titaneth Rex. An Inspired Ultimatum for our rare. And my son's pissed off again. But yeah, the oncoming doom, and they kind of had it at the end, but it wasn't like the story where the story's like it spreads just a couple inches every year, which overall is like, well, that's not a big deal, but 100 years down the road, that spread is going to be so massive that you're going to have a huge problem on your hands. And that's kind of what Lovecraft was. The doom in front of your face, or the terror in front of your face, was just as important as the oncoming doom. The what if, what's going to happen, was just as scary in his stories. Because that's where your mind starts to play. You know, we take what has happened and then look at what could happen. Savia Thundermane. And both those together kind of really play, and you get your brain moving about what, and you just kind of make up what could happen, what could be the result of all this. And Whirlwind of Thought for our rare. And a Valiant Rescuer foil uncommon. And that's where I think a lot of people who try to do Lovecraft or Cthulhu stuff forget. That real, just that oncoming doom punch right at the end. That, oh, it's a happy ending. No, it isn't. No, it's not. Like, I mean, we'll just go with Call of Cthulhu. That is the most famous. Guy effectively beats Cthulhu by driving his boat into him. And basically, Cthulhu goes back to sleep. But the ending is basic. Is not, oh yeah, well, you know, we luckily avoided disaster and destruction because this guy had the foresight to drive his boat into Cthulhu. But that's not the ending. The ending isn't that happy ending. It's what happens when he wakes up again. And will anyone be there to stop him? I mean, yeah, it's silly. It's like, oh, well, he's not that bad. He can be beat by a boat, but that's, yeah, if you know Lovecraft, that's not that's not a comforting thing. So yeah, and that's kind of the thing. It's the setup, typically a kind of happy resolution, but left with the thought of, well, it's not over. And it unfortunately never will be. And what's coming is probably going to be worse than what you've already been through. And Crystalline Giant for our rare. And that's, you know, that's what I like. I like definitely, if you know the story, Turning of the Screw, that slow, methodical build up. But I also like Lovecraft, where 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Even though you think your ending is happy, it's not. Your ending isn't happy. It may be happy now. You may think you won now, but what's coming, Migratory Greathorn, is not going to be good. You didn't get out very well. Skull Prophet, Sanctuary Lockdown, Charge of the Forever Beast, and Chevel, Bane of Monsters for our third mythic. I'll have to say, we're not getting a whole lot of mythics this time around. And still no foil slotted Godzilla cards. I was hoping I'd get lucky with one foil slot, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Which is okay. My collector's stuff should be here in a couple days. No foil either. Yeah, I don't think we're getting as many foils either this time around. I was hoping this would be a better box, but it looks like it's going to be a worse box. And Death's Oasis. And I didn't really look up prices because I know Ikoria was trying to settle down from the ridiculous $400 Space Godzilla Fend Your Face foil, which I think is down to like $30 now, which is probably where it should be. When I looked, King Ghidorah, I mean, depending on how you pronounce it, was the priciest, which sucks because he's on my list of the cards I want. Hopefully I'll get him. which I'm expecting. No, I'm not a financier or nothing like that, but I would expect Space Godzilla Offend Your Face would probably start going back up in price over time once the reprint happens and it's changed. Then I would expect it to start see it go up, but not that ridiculous price people had it at or were expecting it to be at. Like I'm like, wow, nah. If it was a mythic, I could see that, but as an uncommon, there's going to be so many of them. You know, $400, $300, $200. That was a bit silly. I hope no one paid those prices either. I'm sure someone did, but. And Yorion, Sky Nomad for our rare. Alright, yep, I guess we're just going to have to wait for the collector's booster to get anything. I was hoping I'd get lucky in some of these foil slots, but they must have just said, no, we're just going to throw them all in the collector's boxes to force you to buy the collector's boxes. But I watched something last night where someone pulled, I think they pulled Godzilla out of the foil slot. So I was right in my assumption that that would happen, but I am not getting lucky here. And Kahira, the Orphan Guard for our rare. And Evolving Wilds for our foil common. That's cool looking though. All right. We're down to... When you start to speed through the commons, those go so much quicker. But I think I've already went on for like 40 minutes now. It doesn't feel like it. It does not feel like it. Yeah, that's also because I had something to talk about this time. Something I like. A lot of my favorite things, you know, Godzilla, Magic. Definitely classic Magic or vintage Magic. And, oh, wow. Okay. Luca, Copper Coat Outcast for our Mythic Planeswalker. All right. Okay, so our Mythics came back up. And Titanoth Rex, foil uncommon. All right, so that's 4 Mythics. Okay, I think that's around where we were at last one. So that seems probably about 4, maybe 4 or 5 Mythics a box for average. Obviously, only 2 boxes. I can't really average that, but 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm assuming. Skip past those. Oh, another Mysterious Egg. Primal Empathy. Oh, I went in the wrong pile. I like my foils and rares and mythics in one pile. Poliwag Symbiote. Reptilian Reflection. And Rogren Triumph. Is that the one we pulled already, or is that another Triumph we didn't have? I don't think we pulled that one. Cool. All right. Down to the last 3. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really looking for anything specific, since it seems like it's difficult to get Godzilla on that foil slot, or Godzilla card. So, I'm not really looking for anything anymore. Just kind of opening up and seeing what we get. Just hoping things that I haven't gotten before. That's kind of Luris of the Dream Den. Did we get him? I can't remember. All right, last 2, and then our box topper. Enough of the commons. Whisper Squad. And, oh, Glowstone Recluse. I'm getting a lot of those comic art cards, though. Splendor Mare. Lead the Stampede. And Dranith Magistrate for our rare. All right, last one. Wow. That feels like it was fast, but we were at 45. Damn, Christmas. That doesn't feel like it. It feels like it's only been like 10 minutes. Well, that's cool. That means I'm having fun. That means I am having fun. All right, now foil for our last pack. Flourishing Fox, Savai Crystal, and Slither Wisp for our rare. And a foil mountain. Okay, well, let's see. Well, I would say my top pick would be Ghidorah. So that's who I'd want. I can't remember which one was front and back and opening it. Okay, that's back. Backside to the backside to dish. Just in case anyone else wants to know. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. If I can get it open. Wow. Okay, there we go. All right. Ghidorah is my top one. Mothra, second. Then Space Godzilla. Avenge Your Face would be third. I was so frustrated yesterday when I turned that foil mythic of Broodmoth. Sorry, I'm quiet because I'm happy. Like I said, I'm not a yeller. I'm not a wah! I'm not. I don't do that stuff. I more get quiet and yes. All right. Mothra. Oh yeah. That's awesome. That is awesome. Cool. Well, I'm happy. I'm honestly happy and ecstatic now for just that one card because it's one of my top 3. Obviously, I would like 4 of each. I don't expect that to happen, but we'll see how good the collectors treats me. Obviously, I'm not going to get 4 of each just for one collector's box. I'm not expecting that, but one down. Hopefully, Ghidorah and at least one. I like at least one of the Space Godzilla, preferably the full art foil rare. Full art foil. Just to have, because I would not sell it. I don't think I would. I definitely want to keep it specifically because it would be the true Space Godzilla attack. And yeah, I'm still just Mothra. Oh, that's awesome. All right, well, I'm ecstatic. I'm just staring at it. But thanks again. If you stopped to watch and you sat here this whole time listening to me talk about stupid stuff. Anywho, hopefully get the collector stuff done. And yeah, I'm going to see what my store has coming up after that. Hopefully, I was looking to pick up those Commanders, but from what I understand, the Commanders got expensive cards in it. That's why they all just kind of disappeared. But we'll see. We'll see, because I want to open things I haven't opened before, and Commander's one of them. I think they have Challenger. I don't know what either of those are. Once I'm done with all this Ikoria stuff, I'm going to try to get those, as well as I think I'm going to grab a bundle. Even though I already did a Theros bundle, I kind of want to do, and basically it's just a giant pre-release kit. I still want to try one for Ikoria, because I'm thinking I want to save to get another collector's booster at this point. Because obviously, if you don't know, I am looking for the Godzilla cards primarily, especially now. But thanks again for watching. This is the, even though I have not been half-truthing very hard these past couple videos, even though I am pretty tired, you think today would be, but I was more interested in talking about Lovecraft stuff. But these revised oh my God, see, now I can't even talk. It's revised MTG Oracle of Half-Truths here. Signing off. Have a good one.